Karawai, choose whomever you like. The candidates for Poland's top post are each more dazzling than the last. The political forces, the hyenas of Europe, have once again shown their mastery of intrigue, gossip, and black PR. They've dug deep into their opponents' dirty laundry and thrown the most unflattering things out for the public to judge. This mostly concerns two candidates, representatives of the eternally feuding Montague and Capulet clans. In Polish terms, that's civic platform versus law and justice. One has the EU in his corner, the other has the US and Romania.
It's time for Poles to defend their identity and not elect a mayor who stands against the people. The mayor of Warsaw is actually a friend of Soros. Your vote is very important. Our countries are two allies preserving Christian values within the European Union.
Of course, after such accusations, no sane Pole with a cross on his chest and Christ in his heart would dare vote for Warsaw's Mayor Trzaskowski. Just kidding. Each of these guys vying for Duda's throne has skeletons in their closet. For example, if the laws in this country really worked and weren't selectively enforced, some candidates wouldn't have made it to the first round. Take Grzegorz Braun, who's a bit of a weirdo by any standard. He's the one who'll put out Hanukkah candles with a fire extinguisher, tear down a Ukrainian flag, or stomp and burn the EU flag.
Today, at the ministry, our ambassadors accompanied...
Let's be honest, in any law-abiding country, such antics have consequences. If not criminal, then at least administrative. Here, the politician was just stripped of his immunity in the European Parliament. But let's face it, politics in Poland is a circus too. And the more colorful characters there are, the easier it is to distract people from real problems. But that's not the point right now. Let's get back to our main topic, the two main rivals, Karol Nawrocki and Rafał Trzaskowski. The housing issue has tainted both of them. A few days before the election, it turned out that PS's candidate, Mr. Nawrocki, who loves tearing down Soviet monuments, is also a shady realtor. He bought an apartment from a pensioner named Jerzy in exchange for care. But in the end, the old man ended up in a nursing home, while Nawrocki insisted he only owned one apartment.
Nawrocki claims he cared for Mr. Jerzy, but lost contact with him in December. But Onet reported that they found Mr. Jerzy within a few hours, not in the apartment, but in a nursing home in Gdańsk.
By law, I am the owner of the apartment. But, Madam Editor, I don't have the keys because that man lived there and I never got any financial benefit from the apartment.
Trzaskowski, representing the Civic Coalition, also got caught in a real estate scheme. But this time it wasn't an apartment, but a whole house that was too expensive to renovate, so it was cheaper to relocate the tenants and sell it. All with the signature of the city's mayor. But as they say, if you're not caught, you're not a thief. By the way, in Belarus, such candidates would have been brought to court in handcuffs long ago. Because here, no one is allowed to steal or cheat. It's different over there. There, one hand washes the other. No wonder Warsaw suddenly remembered a year-old case and without evidence accused Moscow of setting fire to a shopping center and even closed the Russian consulate in Krakow.
I have decided to close the Russian consulate in Krakow. This is because our Ministry of Justice and Security Services found evidence that they were behind the arson attack in Poland a year ago. It was a major fire at a shopping center in Warsaw, and by sheer luck no one was hurt. This is absolutely unacceptable.
Do you know what happens to those who don't see an enemy in Russia or Belarus? They get banned. Maciej Maciak, another candidate, dared to say he respects Vladimir Putin. Later, he was invited to a TV channel called Zero, where they asked if he stood by his words. He assured them he did. After that, the host just got up and left the studio. Maciak was left alone and started presenting his campaign platform to the audience, but not for long.
If there are people here in Poland...
This is a curious trait of Polish imperialism. It's like a rooster's pride, putting themselves above others, rising by putting others down, and feeling wronged by the world as if history has shortchanged them. They feel wronged for nothing and think it's still happening. But if their crown slipped for even a second, maybe they'd get along better with others. But that's the essence of the Polish Commonwealth. Blaming others for all their troubles, not seeing the log in their own eye. No matter who the Poles choose, life won't get easier for them. Common sense isn't valued there, but everything else is in abundance.